Yo, yo. Whoa, coming in hot. Yo, yo. That's better. Hello, MC. You don't got your hammer still? What the fuck? Hey, Shania. Oh, sorry, I forgot to open my droid cam. Orange, everybody. Orange. That's all you get today, is just orange. There we go. A couple flip arounds. There we go. There we go. All set. All good to go. Hello, Jonah. I changed your name back. Oh, you changed your name back. Okay. No MCM. Alright. Animatum. Anatomin. Anatomim. Anatomim. How's it going, guys? Hope all is well. I'm excited. I'm in a good mood. I'm looking forward to the next few months. I got a lot of stuff planned for the channel. Yeah, no, it's been a long time. It's good to see you here. I missed everyone. I'm still getting back into the swing of things, and let's smoke a bowl, shall we? Let's smoke a bowl. Let's smoke a bowl. Let's do this. I'm your captain. Oh, the 12-hour stream? Yeah, well, I've done a few of those, but yeah, the most recent one I remember, that did, yeah, it nearly killed me. I spent a week in a hospital after that. Hey, have nots. So yeah, today we're gonna listen to some While I Game. I figure some of you like the gaming streams. A lot of you are here for psychedelic content. I figure I'd just like stream my gaming anyways, because I'm gonna be gaming anyways. It's more for me, to be honest with you. I just like the company. But maybe I'll start a separate channel for the gaming streams. I'm not sure about that yet. But we're gonna listen to some psychedelic trip reports anyways. It's not like the sound is very crucial for this game I'm playing, so. Oh, really? Did I give you my address? Have we talked in Discord about that? Yeah, I just like the company, right? That's why I love streaming. It's like, I'm a pretty lonely person. Like, I spend a lot of time, I'm a homebody, I guess is what they call it. And, like, I'll go out every once in a while when I do. I have, like, a couple close friends that I'll see, like, very occasionally. And then, so stream is great, because, like, anytime I'm bored and lonely, I can just run a stream and know there'll be at least, like, a handful of people there. We have. Okay, we have. That's right, we have. I thought we had. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I'm bad for communication like that. We'll talk again on Discord about that. Sorry, I gotta get my hair perfect. There we go. Yeah, so this other YouTube channel, some of you may know of this channel. Let me just pull it up here quickly. I talked about this recently in my last stream, I believe, or in my last couple streams, because I'm very excited about it. This is Adeptus Psychonautica, aka, oh, sorry, I put the wrong window down here, aka Rob. Some of you may know of this channel over the last, well, how long has he been around, really? I've known him about his channel for a couple years at least. It looks like his channel's about a couple years old. Yeah, anyways, he does a lot of psychedelic. He does purely psychedelic content. You might recognize him. Just if you watch a lot of psychedelic channels, you'll probably see this. You've probably seen this guy before.
From Adeptus Psychonautica, and I'd like to introduce a...
But he's very smart, very interesting guy. His wife sometimes shows up on the channel. What one hit of DMT feels like. She seems to be enjoying herself. And they're very cool. Anyways, he reached out to me and he wants to have a conversation with me on his channel, and so I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to do that on December 1st. I just talked to him the day I responded back to him, and he's a bit busy for the next couple weeks, so we're going to do that on his channel. And then I started thinking, you know, why don't I start doing that on my channel with other like smallish psychedelic channels, and like form this sort of inner community of content creators that are creating psychedelic content, and we make this thing where we like regularly collaborate with each other. Like they sort of do that in comedy podcast world. There's like in West Coast LA comics, there's like this ring of like comedy podcasters like Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino and Tom Segura and all of them. And I sort of like how they have this thing going where they like collaborate with each other a lot. And I was thinking if we can like combine the powers of our channels, like with Rob, my channel, and then also with Cybersonic, and then also the guy who does like the Zoom meetings, the psychedelic Zoom meetings. I don't know his name and I haven't met him yet, but you know, I think he would also be interesting to have on my channel at one point. And then also Andreas Gomez Emelson, who I've talked about on this channel before. Very, very smart dude. Very interesting guy. He does like talks at like universities about his scientific research. And he's one of the founding members of the Qualia Research Institute or something like that. I shouldn't speak out of turn here. We'll go to his site here. But yeah, they're like a scientific research group that's trying to like map consciousness. Basically, they have really ambitious goals, and it's just like really well, here's their mission. I'll read it to you. Today, there aren't many scientific ways to describe conscious experience. Qualia Research Institute is working to solve this problem. Our goals are ambitious yet achievable. Develop a precise mathematical language for describing subjective experience. Understand the nature of emotional valence, happiness, and suffering. Map out the full space of possible conscious experiences. Build technologies to radically improve people's lives. Like building a language around describing consciousness, basically. And Andre, that's like a group of a few people, I think. Andreas specifically is very interested in like psychedelics and how those play into the conscious experience, and so I think he'd also be interested in it. And I just had this idea today, like if I could reach out to all of them, get all 5 or 6 of us, however many I just discussed, into like a group conversation on like Discord or something, and find a date where we can all get together and have like one meeting, like on Zoom or Discord or whatever, and then like make a video out of it. And then if that goes well, even like setting up like a recurring thing. And if all of them can take part, that would be amazing. If some of them can take part, that might just work too. But in one way or another, I want to get like a podcast going eventually, you know, and of like these second tier psychedelic content creators, you know, the ones who don't have millions of subscribers. Pool our resources together, help each other grow. And then also, I think the mix of those 5 people, including myself, I just mentioned, I think we all have like wildly varying different views and experiences around psychedelics, but we all are very experienced in psychedelics in one way or another. And another channel I wanted to mention is Minty Love. That's the guy who does all the vape videos, and he has a lot of DMT experience, and just for his voice alone, I think he should be part of it. He's got an amazing podcast radio voice. Anyways, that's the sort of, I just wanted to share with you that I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get all their email addresses and make a group email address probably towards the end of this month, and look at starting something like that next year. If I imagine, I don't see why they wouldn't want to take part of that. I feel like they all should want to be interested in that. If it's like we're all trying to grow our channels, so that'll be a benefit. We could share our subscribers, and then also like it would just be good content. I think that would be an amazing conversation, especially if we can get Andreas in here. I've like not enough good things to say about this guy, or I have too many good things. Not too many. You know what I'm trying to say. Andreas is awesome. He's the one actually apparently who recommended my channel to Rob, Adeptus Psychonautica. Is that what it is? Psychonautica? Yeah. He apparently mentioned him to Rob for me, so. But yeah, if you're looking for an interesting, just very high level discussion about consciousness and psychedelics, check out this channel here, Andreas Gomez Emelson.
So this is what this video is about.
He's very passionate. You can just see it in his face. He's very passionate about all this. But then look, he's discusses very high level stuff like, are higher dimensions real, from numerology to precision xenovalence? I don't even know what that is, But sometimes I'll just throw them on when I'm like going to bed or something, just something to listen to and fall asleep, something to think about. And he does this entire talk. He does all his talks like this without any cuts. He's just talking nonstop. He has such like a crystallized knowledge of all this stuff. It blows me away. He's very, very smart dude.
Right now, I think a lot of people get wrong.
And very, very kind, very nice too.
In conventional neuroscience and computational neuroscience, philosophy of mind as well, there is a strand of people. Also in conversation, when I've talked to people who are very, very smart and who are like doing AI research, they say things like.
So that's just a little taste of Andreas, but I love that guy. And yeah, so anyway, sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. I just wanted to describe the idea I had today. Sorry for the future. I think that's exciting. That would be fun if I can get that together. Geometry, guys. You have no idea how high I was yesterday. Benji. He's woke. Who's woke? All of them are woke, yeah. And then also, who's the guy that does the Zoom meetings, the psychedelic Zoom meetings? He streams almost like every day. I never met him, but I emailed him before. He never got back. But of the people I just mentioned, he's the only one I haven't met so far. I haven't really met Rob. I've just emailed him a couple times, and I'm gonna meet him in a couple weeks, and we're gonna discuss, how we're gonna do that video. But where's Shannon or Soma? She's around. I took a long break from YouTube, about a month, and then so when I came back, she was kind of off doing her own thing for a bit. But then I just spoke to her the other day on Discord, and I'm like, hey, I'm back and all that. And yeah, she was on the stream last night for a little bit, and she'll be around. She's around. She'll be around. What game am I playing tonight? I'm gonna play some more New World. I got really, and maybe some Cyberpunk too. I got really into it like last night. I got more into it and played some more missions, and it's hooking me more and more the more I play it. Let me grind up some weed. I thought my grinder was busted, but there was just like Mimosa hostilis root bark fibers wrapped around the blade. And so I like cleaned those out manually with like a dab tool. And then it started working again. That shit, never get it unground if you can help it at all. And if you do get it in whole form, freeze it as much as you can and then blend it. Then freeze it again, then blend it. It'll be a lot easier on your blades. That shit's hard as fuck. If you got like a little coffee grinder, don't even fucking try it. They get all fibery and all the fibers like Anyways, I've been like lazy in the last month, to be honest. I've been lazy, and I just been. I knew I'd come around though. My creativity, it always comes in waves, and I always have like a couple ruts a year, maybe, for like a month or two. And I feel like I'm coming around in full swing right now. I feel like diving full back into the channel, and then having these plans on the horizon is exciting. That's motivating. That's so key, especially like if you're like an addict and you're trying to like live a normal life. Having shit on the horizon is really fucking key. Something to look forward to. If you have nothing to look forward to, then you just want to get fucked up. At least that's how it is for me. Your minder grinder broke from the dollar store. Dollar store grinder. Is it one of those little plastic ones that are like super flat? No compartments. Yeah, I did go MIA for a while. Wow, the chat is busy today. I missed you too. I missed you too, thank you. Are you a fan of roguelike games? I am. I haven't played a lot of roguelikes. What have I played for roguelikes? Well, I started getting into Dark Souls 3 when like I sold my PS4 because I got a PC. And so I was really into that, and I stopped playing. Then what else do I play for roguelikes? I don't know. I played a bit of Hades earlier this year. I wasn't really big on it, to be honest. I played Don't Starve before. Oh, what's that one? Brave World? It's real deep cut. Brave New World? No, I forget. I played this. I remember I played this weird old. I guess it's kind of like a roguelike. It was like a survival roguelike where like it's based in Finland, and you're like lost in the woods, and that's not really a roguelike, is it? Well, okay. Oh, one roguelike I played is CDDA, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. That game is actually so dope. I would love to stream that game, but like you need a certain type of person to appreciate that game. Because it's originally a text-based game that they've adapted some basic graphics to. So the graphics are super simple, but since it's like text-based, it's extremely complex. You can do so much shit in this game. And basically it's like turn-based, and the world is overrun with zombies. You're trying to survive, and you can run into NPCs and stuff and build like a little posse, and you can upgrade. There's so many guns. There's like hundreds and hundreds of items in the game. There's so many controls. It takes like a long time just to memorize the controls, and there's so many different skills and stats because it's all like it's so simple that they can program so much shit into it. Anyways, that's kind of like a roguelike. It's a pretty broad like category, I guess. But like true roguelikes, I've never been like really big on. Is Cataclysm a roguelike even? What defines a roguelike? It's an open source survival horror roguelike. Okay, yeah. It's like you die or fucked, basically. You gotta like load. There's no like checkpoints. I guess. I don't know. I don't even fucking know. I don't know much, to be honest with you. Death Road to Canada. It's super cheap, and I'm Canadian. So it's in America, though. It's based in America. Canada's like the finish line. I'm digging it. It looks dope. That looks really fun. I'm gonna leave this tab open. And after this stream, I'll look into getting that. Looks like it could be a fun stream game. I play around with so many different theories because nothing can be proven. So anything can be possible. Right now, I've been toying that there are only 3 beings in the base reality: the male, female, and asexual. I don't know. Yeah, I relate to that a lot. Not the last part necessarily. That's interesting. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm the same way. Nothing can be proven, right? I don't believe in really any one thing. There's some things I lean towards more than the other, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong completely on everything. And I think like the truth is probably something incomprehensible to us. It's not like the answer is gonna be given to us and we're gonna be like, oh, why didn't I think of that? It would be like incomprehensible, you know? We wouldn't understand it even. I think, anyways. So saying that is like, I can't really believe in any theory. There's just like best guesses. And then so yeah, I end up with a lot of loose theories in my head. Someone just sent a, oh yeah, I was gonna listen to this Half Knots' let me open up the Discord for a sec. Half Knots from the community. It's not in the chat right now. B-Dog waiting to get buzzed. Hey, Russ. Powders it no problem? Really? I got a Vitamix. And it has problems. If it's unfrozen, anyway. It'll like pulverize half of it, and then half will be fibers. It won't cut up the fibers. And they get wrapped around a blade sometimes. I think it's like too big. The air. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Okay, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, Half Knots is... Right, okay. This is Half Knots is, what's the words I'm looking for? 5-MeO DMT trip. Told on another channel. This is one of those channels that like narrates like trip reports. I think that's what's happening.
I'm a 33.
But I wanted to listen to it, and so we'll do that while I game. Mini player. Am I going to use the mini player? I wish you could move the mini player around.
3-year-old male living in a beach suburb of Los Angeles. I'm healthy and do not use medication of any kind.
Well, we don't really need the...
herbs, etc. My first experience of psychedelics was with LSD when I was 16, and I have also used mescaline, mushrooms, and NDMT. For the past 2 years, I have been using...
Sorry,
I'm a 33-year-old male living in a beach suburb of Los Angeles.
I'll take care of the volume.
I'm healthy and do not use medication of any kind, or supplements, herbs, etc. My first experience of psychedelics was with LSD when I was 16, and I have also used mescaline, mushrooms, and NDMT. For the past 2 years, I have been using exclusively NDMT and psilocybin mushrooms, and have been fully immersed.
I'll wait till I turn the game volume down. Oh, look at my guy. He looks badass now. I realized I wasn't wearing armor, so I bought some armor. I've still been kicking ass without armor even. I'm so good at everything I do, it's crazy. Read the DMT trip that made the dude turn into a kid again? No. I don't read much trip reports, to be honest. Oh, Shannon is here. They were just asking about you, Shannon. Okay. Settings. Audio. Master. Down.
In wisdom traditions which can
Restart.
broadly be referred to as non-dual. I am a 33-year-old male living in a beach suburb of Los Angeles. I am healthy and do not use medication of any kind, or supplements,
Yeah, Half Nots lives in a beach suburb in LA. Very cool. Very cool.
herbs, etc. My first experience of psychedelics was with LSD when I was 16, and I have also used mescaline, mushrooms and NMDMT. For the past 2 years I have been using exclusively NMDMT and psilocybin mushrooms, and have been fully immersed in wisdom traditions which can broadly be referred to as non-duality. I first became interested in 5-MeO-DMT many years ago. It's impossible to know exactly when. Terence McKenna didn't have much to say about it, feeling that the lack of visual activity was a shortcoming of the compound. Hamilton Morris botched some parts of its history in a Season 2 episode of his Vice show, only to make a spectacular comeback to kick off Season 3. Memes and myths about psychedelic toads are common enough that even the lay person has heard of licking toads to get high, but that's not the route of administration called for here. Incilius alvarius, formerly Bufo alvarius, aka the Sonoran desert toad or Colorado river toad, the largest toad in North America.
That's the
This
largest toad in North
unassuming
America?
creature is recognisable by the venom sacs on its arms, legs, back and parotid. When the toads emerge from hibernation en masse, one can collect their venom by squeezing the glands, thereby spraying the excretion onto a piece of clean glass. After a period of drying, the venom contains 15% 5-MeO-DMT, which can then be scraped and vaporised. When heated in a glass pipe, one long toke of this pungent vapour will produce what is widely regarded as the most intense and theogenic experience possible. In recent years, as
That's
relationships
amazing, that comes
between
from a
US and
toad.
Mexico-based practitioners grow, a beautiful and theogenic culture is being birthed, with the toad at its centre. Over the past 2 years, my father and I fell in love with the synergy between NMDMT and non-duality, and he's rather active on social media in sharing his insights and perspective.
Oh, what am I doing? I was fucking...
We have a special bond, and after I shared NMDMT with him, he has served himself on several
I
occasions.
can't listen and play at the same time.
2 weeks before this experience, someone reached out to him on social media, curious if the information he's been sharing was catalysed by an encounter with 5-MeO. After some discussion, an exchange of names and numbers, and the auspicious alignment of several vectors, we booked a 6 PM session in Malibu. Fast forward 2 weeks,
Malibu.
the day
nice.
arrived. I fasted and left work early in order to buy some comfortable clothes for the experience, and to give myself time and space to settle. Mild nervousness began to set in at this point. Sweaty palms. It was 2 hours until the ceremony, and I took time to sit and follow my breath and refine my intention for the encounter. I left home with time to spare for unexpected changes in traffic and a beach meditation en route to the facilitator's home. After the drive and a few minutes spent admiring the Pacific, I met my father at the entrance to the house. If you imagine a cross between a hobbit house, a cathedral and an organic spaceship overlooking the ocean, the image will not be far off. We were greeted by one of the facilitators, Luna, who informed us that the previous guest was still processing and integrating, which gave us time to chat poolside with Jeremy, the lead facilitator. Jeremy is also my father's name, and like my father, he spent most of his career in Western medicine. This is one of many synchronicities which surrounded this experience and continues to bubble up in my life. We shared awakening stories and practical information as the sun slowly set on the ocean, and when the time came we were ushered into the spacious and well-appointed interior. This is where the ceremony was conducted, and I couldn't have imagined a more comfortable or welcoming environment. All the expected design elements were present: raw wood, stone, and an altar whose centrepiece was a large amethyst geode which resembled a pair of open wings. Inside we were introduced to Alicia, the final of the 3 facilitators. We were cleansed with sage and moved into place on simple padded mats adorned with the likeness of Ganesha, which had been laid out on the floor. My father was to go first, and I would follow him 15 minutes later. The medicine was delivered in the Eclipse, a type of vaporizer and a threaded end into which a vial containing one's individual dose is loaded, a most effective tool. Music came down, the lights dimmed, and incense was burned. This was it. Kneeling on the mat, my father was handed the pipe to hold between his palms, close to his heart, while one of the facilitators held a typed prayer before him to be read aloud. He read the prayer, and upon completion, the dose was delivered. In one long inhalation, the entire dose was received. One single breath. My father lay down on his side where the facilitators quickly and gently rearranged pillows and blankets to support him. The effects come on immediately, and present differently depending on the individual's nature and needs. Not 10 seconds after the end of the inhalation, my father began vocalizing in a complex glossolalia. He was not speaking any language I know, or even know of, but the tone of the message was complete and utter astonishment. I couldn't help but smile, and at times barely contain myself as the joy turned to laughter, and tried to escape from me the way steam rises from boiling water. Eventually the mutterings gave way to English.
It was very well
Some
written.
of the quality of his experience came through. Unfathomable. Unfathomable. Oh Jesus. Jesus Christ. Of course. That's it. That's it. Jesus fucking Christ. I get it. Of course I get it. I get it. How could it be anything else? This settled down, and no more than 10 minutes after the dose, my father was resting peacefully, in deep communion with all that is. Jeremy asked me to step outside to speak to him. Would you like to take the medicine while standing? This is usually reserved for the second session onward, but based on your history I think it would be a beautiful experience. You remain upright, spine in alignment, bridging heaven and earth. I'll be right behind you, waiting to catch you when it comes on. Just fall back and we'll take care of you. How could I say no? We headed back inside, and I stood at the edge of the mat while the final preparations were made. This was the moment of truth. Alicia cleansed my hands with Florida water. She gave me the pipe and held the prayer to read. At this time in writing the report, I am shivering and covered in waves of goosebumps as I coax the memory of that evening from out of the ether. I am love. I am health. I am peace. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be healthy. Now breathe it in, nice and slow. Good, good, more, more, more. Almost there, but more, good. The rich vapour is the taste of mystery. Its aroma is ancient, spiced, sweet and deep. Earthy and medicinal. More than anything it tastes of power. As I finished drawing it all in, the room quivered, suddenly filled not with air, but a vicious superfluid which was both more real and more dreamlike than waking perception. My arms were still raised, having lifted them over my head while taking the dose as instructed. As I lowered them, I fell back not into the arms of a man, but into the boundless heart of creation. Am I going to do it? Am I going to say, it cannot be described, and then go on trying to describe it? I could spend the rest of my life in effort, and never get any closer to conveying the felt experience. Holy fucking shit. This is it. This is me. I am it. Imagine what it feels like to become history, to become expression, to become Tao. This is everything, complete and outside of time. It is the transcendental object at the end of time. It is loving, self-organising, infinite intelligence. All sense of who I am, that I am a who, was blown away in a great cosmic wind.
Thank you, Michael.
All sensory experience merged into one orgasmic, orchestral
Appreciate
cheer,
you.
which echoed through the halls of creation.
A lot.
I'm an old man basking in the sun.
A lot of
I'm
jokes.
a wave crashing on the shore. I am touch, number, colour, smell, sound, taste, light, electricity, magnetism. I am the telling of a joke and the punchline. I am the intimate symmetry of flowers in bloom. I am liquid light in love with itself, dancing into form, dancing out of form. I am an impossible object of infinite potential. The only thing to do is everything, and so I do everything. I am every possible extreme and subtlety, the transcendence of quality. I am without quality, total. There is nothing to which or against which comparison is possible. All of reality is one. All of reality is one. This is a solvent. The problem solved itself. Holy shit, this is it. I felt the crystalline nature of the eternal moment precipitate from the supersaturated solution that is all the teachers and all the teachings of my life. The qualities of my father's love and wisdom are in me. I am them. I am the radical, insistent wisdom of Leo Gura, and I became him, and we were the universe. Astonished and weeping with joy at having done it again, we remembered. I laid there as the infinite descended into form, and all of reality knit itself back together. I opened my eyes. Perfect, brilliant stillness. Complete luminous abiding. Total radiant peace. I rested in the delicious feeling of being alive. Of being life.
Wow.
I closed my eyes. Hey bud, how you doing? You want another puff? It'll be like a deep meditation. Jeremy laid a gentle hand on my chest. How could I say no? I remained prone on the mat while Jeremy administered the second dose. The inhalation was slightly shorter, but the depth of this experience was just as profound as the first. The knowing was there again. What we call reality is the appearance of opposites, across all possible axes, in perfect dynamic equilibrium. In this configuration there is infinitely loving creative intelligence. Life trusts and loves itself completely, and so gives itself full permission to express itself completely. It's here, it's right there, for you to take it all. Something trying to move, and I have to allow it. Drawing a breath, I let out an exultant howl rising and then falling in the end. It felt like the ultimate acknowledgement of who I am. From somewhere in the distance I heard the howl returned, a howl of recognition from my father. I howled again, jubilant. Who knows how long I lay merged with this unity? Eternity isn't a long time.
Can I not get this?
It is the
I don't get it.
transcendence of time. Coming back, slowly, slowly, gently. Piecing together my individuality was like putting on the finest clothes. I whispered to myself, my name is Mason Newhouse. My father's name is Jeremy Newhouse. My mother's name is Lucian Pavot. I'm speaking the universe into existence. Satya is the truth of existence. I shuddered with bliss at the simple facts of my being. I bathed in that bliss for a moment, and wriggled cosily, feeling like a child in bed on a lazy Sunday morning. Eventually I sat up, and reflexively spit a congealed ball of emotion across the room, and looked at Alicia seated to my left. Well, that's it. Welcome to Utopia. Alicia smiled and nodded. The sun had set, and the spacious dimly lit space was rich with magic and the potent scent of toad venom. The room was thick with emotion, and I looked at my father on the mat beside me. So that's it, he said. That's it, I replied. 2 thumbs up. To my right and behind me I saw Luna, and heard her crying gently. There is the impression that something profound had just taken place, and everyone sat quietly together in pure, open awareness. My father and I hugged and laid on our backs, head to head, marvelling at what had just taken place. Jeremy came over to welcome us back. He thanked us for the beautiful session, saying that it brought him even closer to his own father, with whom he has shared this experience. We all sat together talking for a bit about the experience we had, about the
This is
people it's
really
helped,
well written. Half
research
nods.
being done, etc. It's nice to have a body, I say, and I mean it. A nice human thing. We all sat for a while, and as big talk turned to small talk, the evening drew to a close. I offered my deep gratitude to our facilitators, to the people who harvested this medicine, to the toad, to the earth, to the sky, to myself, to thee self. Years, indeed lifetimes, could be spent in describing the awakened non-dual state, and that's exactly what's going on. All religions, mystery schools and spiritual traditions are pointing to this. There is nothing new I need to say or could say. Anyway I approach it, this experience is a transcendence. It's nothing like NNDMT, and yet an obvious expansion on it. There was no way I could have prepared for it, but everything in my
Expansion on
life
it.
led to that moment. It
Interesting.
was infinite power and infinite gentleness.
Fucking turkey.
I have to choose to end the report here, lest I go on forever. I'm in no hurry to go back to that space, but I savour the thought of when the time comes to return. TLDR, I smoked dried toad venom and became God, which is synonymous with universe, love, Tao, reality, energy, intelligence, creation, imagination, consciousness, eternity, infinity, everything, nothing. This, here,
Turkey.
now.
So I got excited about a turkey. I got 115 of them. That was really good. So I got excited about a turkey. Did my video just recommend myself? YouTube just recommended me to me. It knows me well. That was very good. Very good. Very well written. And then this is the channel, I guess, that I'm assuming this guy just narrated your chirp report, right? 4.5. So check out this guy also.
This is
He's got a lovely voice. I'll be right back. I gotta use the washroom. You're a good writer, though, dude. I like that. Shall we listen to another one, I suppose? One V LSD. What is 1V LSD? Hold on, is he actually... Oh, I thought he was playing the same game I was playing. I'm like, that would have been funny. Let's look up what 1V LSD is first. Anything with a V in it freaks me out. Psychedelish? Oh, this is in German. Or something. And like psychedelish? It's like kind of psychedelic. One Valoroyal Lysergia. I can't even say the thing. Valerie for short. Valerie microdose pellets. Why Valerie? Okay. I don't know what this says, so. Derivative with an ergoline backbone. Does anybody know what this means? Or is that just a bad translation? It's homologous. No, homologous. Whatever. Let's just listen to the thing then. We'll see.
A slow waltz into infinite insanity and back with Valerie.
Oh, this is
A 200 microgram 1V LSD trip report by Frazzled
Link.
God. Now what is it with Valerie and builders? Does Valerie like builders? Or does she just attract them like matter and light swirl inexorably towards the event horizon of a black hole?
fix this.
If you'd read my last trip report, you'll get what I mean about the builders. Perhaps you want to go and read it. And just as a side note, this was the last 1 VLSD report that I shared on the channel, so if you've not checked that out, then definitely jump on it. In any case, on that occasion I was about to get relaxed and naked in the privacy of my kitchen about an hour after dropping, when a bunch of workmen suddenly appeared in my garden and started hammering things and shit, with ladders up against my walls and all sorts. Fortunately they went away, but that was my first time with a new analogue, and things could have gone south in a hurry. These workmen are a law unto themselves, I tell you. So today I was actually planning to try 300 micrograms of 1 VLSD, although given the week I'd had and factoring in the additional impact that 75 micrograms alone can have, I figured my research would be better served by trying 225 first, having navigated 150 somewhat comfortably for my first dance with Valerie. I had planned my usual Saturday lie-in, and after planning everything to a T, I was snoozing in bed to the sweet tones of my ambient white noise, to cut out traffic noise on the road outside, etc., when something awful started cutting through the sound, waking me up. I shrugged it off and went back to sleep, and there it was again.
Sorry.
I looked at my clock. It was 10:30 AM. My alarm was set for 11:30.
I can't find my Streamlabs now.
It's a Saturday, lol. What the hell is going on? So I crawled out of bed and peeked through my curtains of my first floor room and came face to face with a fucking guy with a drill, which he then used to give a good horrendously loud drilling to the wall in front of him. I couldn't even figure out how a man was floating in the air by my windows.
Why can't I open my Streamlabs?
Psychoactive substances.
Who's this?
This is when I realised these guys were erecting a scaffold structure on the house next door for some reason, known only to themselves and presumably my neighbour. Jeez, first the roof out back, and now they're doing something out the front. Is this guy's house falling apart or something? I went down to my kitchen to make my Saturday coffee, cursing the day these guys were born. I mean 10 AM on a Saturday. I planned a quiet, peaceful day in with Valerie, and what I was experiencing was a cacophony of drilling, hammering, and vibrations so hard the floor was shaking, yelling, banging, more drilling, sawing and hammering noises, and more huge thudding vibrations shaking the walls. Oh shit.
Oh,
there goes my trip.
No, where? I
had
can't
no
find my
idea what these
Streamlabs
guys were
window.
doing, how long it would take, or whether it was going to impact on my property. I started to feel anxious around the fact. If next door is having so many roofing problems, what about mine? Cementing, pardon.
Why can't I see? Okay, this has been a problem with Windows forever, where your window gets stuck off screen some fucking how. Apparently Windows didn't fix that. And I think it's stuck behind my taskbar on my second monitor, but you can't move the taskbar in Windows 11. They decided to axe that feature for some fucking reason. So I'm going to do an ultra cool hack here. You go into the task manager, then you find a window that's hidden. expand. And then you simply what the fuck, man? Oh, okay, you open up Explorer. Then you go to Explore, and then you go to Restart. And that did nothing. Oh, I can fix it with Windows' new snap feature. I can just snap this here. Oh, this is genius. I'm so smart. Snap. And then snap. Bam! You're back. You're back. I found you guys. Fuck, that's so stupid. Why does that happen? Somebody fix that. Bill? I know you're watching, Bill. Fix it. I shut my game down for you, you fucking asshole. Steam. Steam. Jeez. I don't know. Let's smoke a bowl, everybody. Oh. Let's get some gong hits. I found my... I found my mallet. Oh yeah. So we get some gongs and bongs. Why is my hair... I don't like conditioning my hair because it makes it all flat. Is that a thing? I heard that in commercials. Your hair goes flat. And you don't like this. Top 5 favorite objects ever. This gong. Oh, we got a new Logan Roberts. Say hello to our new student class. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Bic. They've not made a lighter anywhere in the world that comes close to the reliability of a Bic. Did you know Bic, the company, also makes sailboats? Crazy, I know. You might not believe it. You might, Bic sailboats? Why would Bic make sailboats? And I don't know, but they do. Bic sailing. Bic. Lighters and sailboats. Hold on. I swear this is a thing. They make boats. Bic. Let's just look up the company Bic. I typed in Biok there. Biatch. Bic. They're French. Best known for making lighters, razors, and pens. Okay, best known. They make boats. I swear to God they make boats. I did not... This is not something I made up in my head. Boats. Ship. Ownership. Okay, let's go to the website. Let's go to the website. What the fuck? They make boats. I swear to God they make boats. Shaving. Shaving. Wait, why did I think Bic made sailboats? They do. They do, because I looked it up one day. Bic sailboats. What is this? What is Open Bic? Maybe that's their company name. Open Bic. No, that's a type of sailboat. Developed by Bic. Bic Sport. Bic Sport. This is them. This is the same company. They make sailboats and shit. Is that not crazy? They changed it though. The last time I looked at this up, they were called Bic. They changed their fucking thing to like Tahe, I guess. I don't know. No one's mind is blown. I thought that was mind blowing. Oh, look at 4.5 fingers. His name goes out here. Why? I guess I'll extend it for you. And also we gotta get some different color here because the orange and the blue and the blue does not contrast, right? That's simple science. We want some orange action. That just looks ugly as hell though. That just looks so bad. Here, I'll leave this blue. And then I'll change the text. Orange. Yeah, that's the ticket. Or green, that works kinda. Yellow. Oh, there, that looks good. Solid, this works. Although I don't like yellow. Orange. Orange is better. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Very nice. Okay. Everything is good and nice. I'm so stoned right now, too. I'm with you, Jonah. My nose is itchy again today. Nina told me yesterday it was a histamine. I'm like, what the fuck is a histamine? New world. New world. I'm gonna level my guy up and I'm gonna kill everybody. That's the plan. like my skills. Look at that. Shane Moss did what? Let's see. Smoke, vape, rose, and shatter. You can. Vape, rosin, shatter. Rosin, is that like the weed that's squished? They squish it into shatter, basically. You can do it with like a curling iron if you got like a curling iron. Or you can buy like a hand press. I saw these. It's like a cube cut out, and then with a cube insert, you get what I'm saying? You squish it in there. It's all metal and it squishes the shit out of your weed. And all the juices come out. A 10-ton press? Damn. That would work. Or you can get like cheap ones on like, but yeah, I'm sure like you get what you pay for. Sort of. Like a curling iron, how good would that work? Oh, Jonah. Scarface is good too, but also Good Time. I've recommended this before on the stream many times. Anytime someone asks for a movie recommendation, that's been like my go-to for the last few years. I had like a really, really interesting, or why did I start that sentence like that? Let me restart that sentence. It's a really, really interesting movie. It's good. It's got Robert Pattinson in it, who at the time I'm like, oh, what? The vampire guy? But no, he's a really, really good actor. And it's a really good movie. And it takes place like over just like one night. And it's very eventful and fast paced. And it's a very interesting movie. I love that movie. I couldn't find any turkeys. Now suddenly there's turkeys around every freaking corner. There's a new Batman coming out. I'm so out of the loop for movies. I watched over the course of 3 nights. Red Notice. It's so bad. I think I laughed like maybe once or twice, if that. There's no good comedies anymore. Comedies are so trash nowadays. There's like smart comedies or like subtle comedies that are good for that, but there's no like comedies anymore. Or I guess that was supposed to be one, but it was terrible. Robert Pattinson's playing Batman? Really? That's an interesting connection that just happened there. Wow. Everything is one. Is he playing Batman? Wow, well deserved. I didn't even know that. You know he's got my vote. You know how I stand on the matter. He's a really good actor. And Good Time, if you haven't seen that movie. Hold on, let's look at the trailer right now together. It's so unfair when someone's asking for movie suggestions and I got like a microphone. And other people are like typing out like Scarface. It's like I get to show a trailer and everything. It's a real unfair advantage that I'm gonna take advantage of. But no, check out Good Time trailer. It's a really good movie.
Next?
You're incredible. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm serious. You think I could have done that without you standing next to me being strong? Are you feeling this? Are you feeling good as I'm feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm cold.
You cold?
Yeah.
Let's get to Virginia, man. Just keep your head now. Turn around. He's all right. We didn't do anything. Whoa! Get back here. Let's go. You're under arrest. So I told you about my brother, yeah? Something happened. I don't know exactly what. He's been arrested. He's being held at Rikers Island.
He gets pepper sprayed.
Awful.
It's awful.
Just gotta get him out of there before something bad happens. He could get killed in there.
And it was a can official selection. Con, whatever, however the fuck you pronounce it, right? And I think that shows enough. That's enough, right? I'm cutting you guys off. I think that's enough. Trailer show too much. That's enough. The guy has a brother. He's got problems, obviously. And they get separated during their robbery. He gets away. And then the rest of the movie is him trying to get enough money to make bail for his brother. And all takes course over that one night of him trying to... It's almost like in real time it happened. It's not quite, but like... It's really fast-paced. And the acting is phenomenal. He's such a good actor. It's funny. I cut you guys off. Oh shit. Scarface is good too. I haven't seen it in a while. I haven't seen it since I was like younger, actually. I've been meaning to give it another shot because I wasn't that big on it. I've seen it a couple times. But maybe I'll give it another shot now that I'm older and cooler. Okay, that hammer sound effect is so good. I gotta turn up my output. Oh wait, I got this game turned way down. Well, maybe I should keep it down. We'll listen to more trip reports. What was that channel? Vivek, was that it? That was it. I'm a genius.
This has easily got to be one of my favourite trip reports ever. You're really in for a treat with this one.
Okay,
It
let's listen to
perfectly
this one.
describes a high-dose 5-MeO experience and the radical levels of consciousness that one can experience whilst under the effects of a psychoactive substance as strong as this one. I think if you've never heard of 5-MeO before, this really gives you a nice overview of what it's all about.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. I know I did.
Thank you.
Substance 5-MeO DMT. Route of administration
Is that a rhino?
intranasal.
What is this?
Dose 40 milligrams. Total duration
It's a skunk.
45 minutes. In what follows, I will try my best to convey the utter insanity that was that trip. Writing about 5-MeO DMT is difficult because words simply fall short to honour this substance enough. It proved itself to be far beyond anything I could have imagined, and then some. Since many of you don't have access to this admittedly rare psychedelic, I will detail everything as much as I can, step by step. What are the different effects? Can it really induce an awakening? What did I take away from the experience? I will cover these questions in length, so stick with me if you're interested in the matter or hesitant to give it a whirl yourself. Still, please keep in mind that this TR is unfortunately not half as accurate as I would like it to be. Using text to describe this is like attempting to explain the uniqueness of Salvador Dali's paintings to a person blind from birth.
They're melty clocks.
I think it's a matter of fact that there are no words, but I still want to try. Set and setting. On set. Aside from this trip, I had 2 other experiences with 5-MeO that left me unsatisfied. One of 16mg and another of 23mg. Although quite powerful in their own right,
How did I get up here?
those trips didn't lead me to spiritual discoveries because they were not strong enough for my ego to break, thus mainly being moments of useless physical and mental discomfort. My intuition told me there was much more to it, and I was eager to feel it all for myself. So I decided to have a massive dose this time around, 40mg.
Whoa.
It was all that was left, and I didn't feel like wasting 10mg by going with a more conventional 30mg dose. As you'll figure out shortly, it was
30
not
milligrams
exactly a good
conventional?
idea.
I thought it was like...
Now
well,
that the
whatever.
dust has settled, I don't regret going that far.
I'm not an
But
expert,
please
obviously.
be extremely cautious and confident if you want to go beyond 30mg yourself, as it seems already more than enough for most people. Those quantities are no joke at all. If you're new to it, start with 10 to 15mg and increase gradually. Otherwise it will catch you by surprise and destroy you, as it did with me. Like the majority of my psychoactive experiences, this one took place at home whilst I was alone. It would have
And
been safer to have a
oxidized
sitter,
DMT is fine,
especially
apparently.
given the dose, but it's only unaccompanied that I can take the most out of a substance. After weighing out my remaining powder with a milligram scale, I split it into 2 lines and disposed them on a glass plate in front of me.
Fatal.
Up until that point,
It's
I
fatal.
was enthusiastic and in a good mood. Seeing the 2 impressive beasts waiting for me calmed me down quite fast. It was a behemoth dose of a behemoth psychedelic. There was nothing trivial in what I was about to do. I became filled with apprehension, almost terrified by the small amount of powder, and stared at it for maybe an hour before finally finding the courage. Now or never, I said to myself as I insufflated the 5-MeO with a straw in both of my nostrils. It had a pleasant, flowery, candy-like aroma to it, albeit quickly followed by a much less welcomed burning sensation.
Pour up.
20 seconds in and I was already shaking of both excitement and fear. I tried to relax and laid on the couch. To maximise the absorption of the chemical by my nose, I tilted my head upside down and proceeded to massage my nostrils in a circular pattern, although I'm not entirely sure it helped much.
I don't have any.
Few
I was gonna
minutes
get
went
some a
by
little
like that.
later.
My heart was pounding like crazy, and eventually, after 5 minutes or so, it began. Phase 1.
Calm my titties down, you
I started to feel a pressure in my head. A fastly growing dizziness
You're the one
followed
asking.
shortly after, eventually spreading malaise to the rest of my body.
Burning DMT is not very friendly,
no
no.
longer at ease on
That's
the
true.
couch, I laid down on the floor and focused on keeping my inner balance for as long as I could. It was already hitting strong, but I was in known territory. Yet my heart was beating so much that I could hear the pulse in my neck like a drum. As the vertigo became barely manageable, new bizarre sensations manifested all over me.
You could have meant
specifically
me.
in the chest and the abdomen. It felt like
I
my
thought it was
internal
funny
organs
anyway.
were disappearing. At the same time, my hands and arms became oversensitive.
Look on
It's getting odd.
PubChem and
I started to hyperventilate
DMT.
because I was under the impression that my breathing was inadequate. Before I had a chance to accustom myself to anything,
Booze time. I got booze in my
skull was
head.
compressed, my head was buzzing, and my whole body vibrating. All of this was incredibly fast, and more importantly, ever growing. It didn't take me much longer to realise that this time, I wouldn't be able to handle it. But that was only the beginning. Only a couple of minutes, with an eternity ahead. I was getting very hot, but reaching for the window was impossible. My head and body were too heavy to move. I was literally smacked to the floor. Of course, the intensity of these physical effects only continued to
sec.
increase and increase. At this point, it was already the strongest thing I've ever felt in my life, and I knew very well that I was still only at the bottom of the curve.
Oh, I need to mute the preview.
The various
That's why I was getting
sensations
lagging.
eventually culminated into one unified, all-encompassing feeling. It was an explosive energy of unfathomable power. There was nearly nothing else in my field of awareness than this. Hundreds of thoughts raced in my head simultaneously. The burning in the nose was the least of my concerns now. It was my very life that was at stake.
Is that a ram?
The terror. The sheer gut-wrenching, mind-crushing terror. If you have ever had a panic attack, multiply this feeling by 1,000,000 and you'll begin to have a pretty good idea of the emotional abyss I was falling into. Falling into myself and just dissolving. This is exactly how it felt. A few words on the visual component, although it was clearly the most underwhelming aspect of the experience so far. Everything around me was morphing, breathing and drifting very concretely. A bright yellowish tint overlapped my visual field. I didn't care much. Hard to marvel at geometric distortion.
I just say that this is Vivek, the channel. Vivek. I will subscribe. And like the video.
Simultaneously. Simultaneously. The burning in the nose was the least of my concerns now. It was my very life that was at stake. Oh, the terror. The sheer gut-wrenching, mind-crushing terror. If you have ever had a panic attack, multiply this feeling by 1,000,000 and you'll begin to have a pretty good idea of the emotional abyss I was falling into. Falling into myself and just dissolving.
Okay.
This is exactly how it felt. A few words on the visual component, although it was clearly the most underwhelming aspect of the experience so far. Everything around me was morphing, breathing and drifting very concretely. A bright yellowish tint overlapped my visual field. I didn't care much. Hard to marvel at geometric distortions when your consciousness is freaking evaporating. My imminent death became a certainty to me. I managed to get on my feet and just proceeded to scream my lungs out. No, no, no! I'd never suspected I could shout so hard. Let me tell you that I meant these no's more than anything I've ever meant in my whole life before. I was desperate, but also very angry at myself for making such a foolish mistake. The intensity continued to increase and expand. Every nerve, every fibre, every last corner of my body and mind was completely and totally overstimulated. It felt like a supernova was exploding in each and every cell of my brain.
Turkey! That's the
I was
last
still
one I need.
screaming and running all over my apartment. Perhaps not having a sitter was for the best after all. It was in me. No escape, nothing to hold on to. Not the slightest relief in anything. Still, to this day, I don't understand how it's humanly possible to experience such an overwhelming, tremendous power. Waves of pure destructive energy flowed through my whole being. Everything exterior and interior to me was collapsing on itself. I didn't even care about survival anymore. My life didn't matter. All I wanted was to get out. I would have used a gun without a single second of hesitation if I had one, just to make it stop. Undoubtedly the worst and hardest time of my life. I really wanted to stress out this somatic aspect of the experience, because it's a reality that everyone has to face to a relative degree when using psychedelics. It can get extremely taxing on your body, and consequently on your mental well-being, so you have to be prepared for this kind of thing. 5-MeO is not an easy shortcut to infinite consciousness as some might think. 5-MeO is suicide. It's still a small price to pay though, for the reward is, well, you already know. Phase 2, the ultimate dive. The obliteration continued to burst. About 10 minutes into the experience I just gave up. As I was running to the kitchen in my attempt to somehow dissipate this infinite overflowing energy, yelling like a madman, I blacked out. The last bit of me was annihilated. From this moment on, my body went on full autopilot, and I couldn't remember doing or controlling anything afterwards. I was gone, but one thing remained: awareness. Thus started the real trip. This is where things become challenging to word. Despite the chaotic nature of the process, the transition from the physical to the metaphysical phase felt quite smooth. I can't tell if this transition was quick or slow, because it felt like both, but at a given point, I realised that a change was made, like a click. You probably know it by now. The key thing about 5-MeO-DMT, the number one rule, is to surrender completely. You have to let go in order to tap into the deepest realms. And this is what happened.
Oops.
Quite mechanically, I must admit, when I blacked out. Precisely because there was no one to resist anymore. All resistance vanished for good. Which is not to say that the stream ceased to deploy itself. As I abandoned myself and all the rest to this experience, it exploded even more. The energy skyrocketed to infinity. There was no one and nothing in the world to hold it back. The stream was free, and so was I. I found myself floating in what I can only describe as an eternal, infinite void. In this dimension, there was no time and no space. I forgot their meanings. I forgot my human senses. All of them.
Fuck.
This perception was so direct and total that it was beyond any sense. It was not visual, not tactile, not soniferous.
Oh, what? I'm that far
It was
away?
everything at once and more. Unified, undefined, compressed. I forgot the life I had before. I forgot who or what I used to be. One thing only was certain. I was. I was this omnipotent flow of purity.
I'm not even here?
When this realization popped out, it was so deep and clear that I could only think, this is absolutely incredible. Although it was a feeling rather than a thought. An obvious and undeniable feeling. A beam of unprocessed
How does
truth.
that work? How does that system
Like
work?
opening
Why am
my
I
eyes
way
to
the
light
fuck
for the
down
first
here?
time, and discovering existence as what it truly is. I remained in this state for what felt like an eternity, immersed in this divine light, one with it. The serenity I felt was of cosmic proportions. It was intense, even more so than the destructive energy of before, but this time it was positive and healing. It felt like home, home of the soul, the one and only place I ever wanted to end up within. While deeply mystical and mysterious, there was nothing to understand, nothing to analyse, nothing to conceptualise.
Well,
It was
let's
the
do other
clearest
mission
and
for
the
now.
most obvious, and the most unquestionable feeling ever. My body was laying on the cold tiles of my kitchen, but I was laying on the ultimate layer of reality. I only exist to be here, I thought. I only exist to feel this, to be this. Nothing else matters. There is nothing else. And indeed, how could there be anything else? It was silly obvious. Being is everything. Being is the core, the substance of all, the Father of all, the Son, the Holy Spirit. And I'm sure every religion has other nice names. I realised this, and I laughed internally. It felt so good, so unbelievably good. I have won, I thought. I have already won everything there is to win. And then, yes, oh yes, oh yes, yes. I became a yes. God, the euphoria, infinite pleasure, infinite love.
Out here grown much?
Infinite
No.
heavenly energy flowing and filling everything.
Never grown much.
It was way too good. Forbiddenly good. 1,000,000,000 times more than anything I've ever desired. And at last, I thought, this is it. When I received and became
I'll be right back
everything
in
and
2
fully
minutes.
accepted it and fully acknowledged it, this thought, this feeling popped out from the very core, like the ultimate truth. This is it. But what is it, you might ask? You fool. It is it. Itself. You can't name it. It's all names. You can't define it. It means everything. You can't understand it. You can only feel it, only become it. It hit me, and it was the breakthrough of the experience. Incidentally, the most important moment of my existence. Phase 3, Rebirth and Aftermath. I wish I stayed in this state of totality forever. As I said, this experience was timeless and didn't feel short by any means. But unsurprisingly, it had to wear down, and eventually I began to re-emerge. Slowly, my vision and other senses came back. At first it was surprising, because I was no longer familiar with them. I was perceiving a lot of information that I couldn't make sense of, seeing colours and hearing sounds. It was marvellous, beautiful. Maybe the kind of things a newborn experiences during the first minutes of his life. I was too shaken to formulate coherent conclusions about anything. I didn't want to think, so I just continued to savour this awesome exotic feeling that was still very much present and flowing through me. The greatness was taking form, diversifying into uncountable gorgeous shapes. Everything around me was magnificent. And in this very moment,
Alexa, set
I
the timer
realised very
for
clearly
8 minutes, sandwich
that
time.
all of these different things were branches extending from a single tree. Not
Thank
separate
you.
from it, but prolongations of the tree itself. It was extremely lucid and clear. I was perceiving raw reality, like a single gradient containing every possible colour, without any disconnection within it or any false separation. And I felt that it was all possible only through me. Wow. As far as what I can articulate goes, this understanding was probably the greatest. It was one thing to have a theoretical, conceptual image of non-duality, but it's a drastically different thing to actually feel and embody it. I noticed I was laying on the refreshing floor of my kitchen, which felt stupidly great. Honestly, part of it was just gratefulness for still being alive. I heard some sounds and saw a silhouette standing over me. I couldn't process what I was perceiving, although I knew it was important. As I faced my inability to make sense of things, I took a step back and was offered another precious fragment of truth. Raw reality is meaningless. In and of itself, completely meaningless. How deliciously ironic is it? I found one of the best pieces of wisdom of my life within complete confusion. A fact that speaks a lot itself. Much to my dismay, this lucidity started to wear off as well. The sound that I was hearing was the person's voice. They were loudly calling me by name, and hearing it triggered a response. Oh, that's right. I am someone, I thought. Funny how this was my first logical, constructed reflection. The ego was among the first things to creep back, as the fierce beast that it is. I had a life before, but something very big happened. I took something. And like that, other similar thoughts and observations continued to spawn and multiply. This will change my life completely, I thought. How could it possibly be the same after something like this? It was amazing, but at the same time frightening. I knew it would have enormous implications for the future. A not so distant future. I recognised the face of my uncle who lives nearby. He was worried and I could feel it, which in turn made me sad. I wanted to tell him that I was feeling better than ever, but I couldn't squeeze a single word out of my mouth, nor could I move a finger. almost 10 minutes. As he told me later, he heard me screaming for several minutes straight like I was being murdered. Apparently I was also bashing everything around me, because he heard loud thuds coming from inside as he knocked to my door. He later found me in the kitchen, motionless and unaware, with a blank expression and an empty stare, laying on the ground among overturned tables and chairs. I can only imagine what I must have thought. So naturally he called an ambulance because I was unresponsive, and shortly after I was surrounded by turbulent rescuers running around and checking my pulse. I could speak by the time they arrived, and said I felt perfectly fine, but they wouldn't listen. It was a truly pitiful moment. They all had no idea. I was honest and told them what I did, much to their disregard. Some of them looked at me like a piece of garbage. I can't blame them. The whole scene objectively didn't look good. I had to be taken to the hospital, but that's a story for another time. So much for after trip integration. Insights and conclusion. Alright, let's pretend the embarrassing turn of events never happened. It's time to discuss the trip as a whole. Holy moly, wasn't that strong?
Pepper's a good
From a
MAOI,
purely
really?
organic standpoint, this thing hits like a high-speed train.
Like black pepper?
Be very ready if you plan to do it yourself. And of course, don't take such a high dose, unless being body slammed by the universe is your thing. I want to say this loud and clear. As far as I'm concerned, everything they say about 5-MeO is true. This substance is the key to the kingdom of God. My understanding of words like existence or being changed entirely. In less than half an hour, I experienced absolute infinity. The whole spectrum of human emotions and sensations. The collapsing of time and space themselves, and literally merged with the core of reality. I honestly doubt it goes much further than that. This trip was total. Now, does this qualify to be called a genuine enlightenment experience? Look, I don't want to offend anyone, and I honestly don't know the first thing about true spirituality. I'm in no position to say what is actual awakening and what is not. All I can say is that it was the freaking most unbelievable moment of my life. Something that I never would have dreamed was possible. I will remember this until the day I die, and will cherish it, and will always stand behind it. Whatever it was it up to the hilt. You be the judge. But for me, it was as authentic as it gets. This trip happened in August 2017, so I allowed myself a lot of time to assimilate it and find the right words. I'm not sure if I succeeded. I know that I used a lot of grandiloquent sentences and superlatives and bombastic metaphors, but clearly I don't know if there's any other way to put it. To me, if there's one thing that truly deserves to be called infinite without abusing language, it's this. I thought about it a lot.
Fair.
And tried to reach states of this nature by my own, during meditation or even in everyday life. Sometimes I have short glimpses, mostly random out of the blue, and they're awesome, like fresh reminders of this experience that help me to remember some aspects of the trip I forgot. Also, my subsequent trips with other psychedelics like LSD changed a lot. They feel much more limpid and enjoyable. Some of what I wrote here was thanks to other substances. They helped me to connect the dots and make sense of the craziest parts of the experience. I withdraw from this trip 3 major insights of which I still have a very solid and fresh understanding as I write these lines. Everything is one. I mean, obviously, it's so undeniable at this point. There's not a shadow of a doubt in my heart. This reality is one, and it exists by itself, for itself, does whatever it wants, expands through the never and through the nowhere, like a savage, insane, infinite and eternal fractal. Being is its substance. Being is the common denominator of all things within it. The present moment is the only thing that there is. Let that sink in. Carefully understand what's being said. The present moment is the only thing that there is. Can you see? Can you
Oh,
feel?
really?
This thing that you are experiencing at this very moment. This elusive little thing that you so
Alexa,
rarely
stop.
pay attention to. It's eternity itself.
DMT made you
Do
feel
you
better about
realise
things.
that
That's
there
funny.
will never be a future and never was a past? There's only this. This small present moment, shorter than a femtosecond. So short it can't be measured. It will go on forever and ever and ever. Reality has no meaning whatsoever. Its contents have no meaning.
Oh, why did I just craft 6 long swords
Meaning
for?
only exists within the utilitarian minds of some living creatures. It's artificial and fake. You can use this tool as you please, but try not to get lost in the web. Don't waste your time chasing moral chimeras. Don't think
Fuck,
any
this
of
is so
this has
glitchy
purpose
sometimes.
other than just being itself. And phew, that's about it.
Oh no, not more long
I think it's time to
swords.
wrap this up.
Fuck.
I said what I had to say, and I hope some of you guys find this useful. Thanks for sticking up with me until the end. Please feel free to comment if you have remarks or questions. I will gladly address those. And damn, definitely try 5-MeO at least once in your lifetime before you die. If that wasn't clear.
Oh yeah,
by
my
now.
sandwich alarm
Peace.
went off. I have a sandwich. Okay. This way. Six batches of charcoal from Iron Slag Corrupted. One. I got 5. Did I not get 5? Whatever. 2 to go. Ow. Shit. Oh shit, I forgot to collect those. That's probably what happened. Fresh trout from abandoned fish traps. Hello, Pat. Wolfman. Clap for the Wolfman. He gonna reach a record high. Bow, 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 bow. Clap for the Wolfman.
I have always been fully fascinated with the actual phenomena of reality and time. Several years ago, I had a complete ego death, and this experience is still deeply embedded in my being and everyday actions and perspectives.
The sandwich is so good.
First, I want to give you an abstract overview of what my psychedelic experience was like, and what deeper direct insight the experience showed me. Please note that this experience was life-changing, and completely forced me to reconstruct my beliefs and solid foundations of what I thought what reality seemed to be. During that time, it was hard to cope with all these ideas and normal, regular life. I'm still giving it a place and will keep doing this my entire life, but it was both the best and the worst experience I have ever encountered. Nothing can be unseen, but with mindful intention you can transform what you make of things. For my trip report, I mainly want to focus on the important things I experienced, but I will give a general overview of what the setting was. Everything started on a regular vacation day. My friends and I had decided we wanted to try some magic truffles again, since earlier experiences have always been really enjoyable and funny. On an empty stomach we all ate some truffles, and slowly the effects became apparent. Some weightless feelings, like being on a cloud while walking, increased colour vividness and perception in all senses. We all quite enjoyed the experience quite well, just the total ridiculousness of being alive, and that this substance or tool is able to affect the experience of reality so dramatically that it almost feels like the Matrix. Morphing solid shapes, everything breathing like it is totally alive, like one large being. These experiences often go with pure awe for beginners and can be an eye-opener or something that destroys your world. Perspective is crucial in how you will experience life, and thus, having a broad knowledge is essential to be able to position yourself in life, even if you don't exactly know what real truth is. This is why I have great respect for all people that give their life to pursue understanding and knowledge. Becoming a sage is my ultimate pursuit. So, there was this moment in my psychedelic experience where I slowly began to drift away. I was standing somewhere against a statue next to some friend looking at this massive willow tree on a small island several meters away. The whole tree was illuminated by a light, and I was slowly being hypnotized by its presence, the branches timelessly waving in the air. Before I entered this upcoming trance, my emotion was pure indecisiveness due to some situation with my friends split up, and I was not able to choose whether I wanted to go with them or stay. Eventually I stayed to look after some friends, but was thrown into this deeply hypnotized state. My presence was slowly merging with the tree across the water, and I began to feel its history and future. I felt the cold of the winter and all the seasons that cycled over 1,000 times, maybe an infinite times. I really cannot tell, since time slowly ceased to exist. Everything was fast forwarded like a time lapse, people walking by, the environment changing over hundreds of years, until time came to an absolute end. Now reflecting on this experience, the force that drove me to a complete ego death or dissolution was the pure indecisiveness I entered it early with. My reality window, or perspective, couldn't decide what to experience or focus on, and eventually I became absolute nothingness. This timeless state of being that was undifferentiated and a complete void was still perceived as being nothing. Now this is very hard to grasp, and only direct experience can show you what true infinity and nothingness is at the same time. A nice sentence I like to refer to is, "Ultimate silence holds the greatest potential of invoking anything infinitely larger than itself." One of the most beautiful moments was the witness of the absolute transformation of non-duality to the duality. After an infinite amount of time had passed in the absolute non-dual state, there was a moment where two orbs of light came into my vision. They shared this dance, what felt to me like pure love and reminds me of yin and yang. From the non-dual unlimited potential arose the perspective or experience of two entities, both identical, and it was me who gave them their distinct identity. I felt that I was them, but also reflected on this from a distant perspective, which in turn created an experience of separation. Slowly my perspective began to zoom out or expand, and I saw that my entire vision was filled with these dancing energy orbs, until my complete view of normal reality emerged from this, as if reality was built from these pixels, and that the human experience is somehow at this current level of awareness. This experience was just pure awe, but coming back was the hardest part.
Oh fuck.
Dealing with the feeling of being infinitely away from this reality and then coming back, you get overwhelmed with what you experience, and at first I just freaked out. My friends told me I was away for a long time, and this really scared me. I didn't feel safe because I still had to grasp what this reality was, how it functioned and who these people were. I wanted to go home, because that was the only safe place I could remember. But luckily, my friends managed to calm me down. It was one intense ride for sure. The important part I want to emphasize is this conversion of non-duality to duality, since it is the absolute essence of creation. I know this can be labelled as just an experience while being under the influence, but the message is clear. You only begin to fully grasp what real masters of the mind are talking about when they speak of enlightenment. It is really you who creates your entire world. Every value you apply to one of those orbs creates your complete experience of reality. Duality is the labeling system of the mind of how to identify anything, and is built from relativity and perspective from all other values. Changing one value, as to say, directly changes the relation with all others, and this simply is your perspective or vision of what life looks like or gets experienced. Mindset, vision, belief are really the key to enlightenment, and will only be revealed by true dedication, integration and pursuit of knowledge. Tell me what you think about this. Has anybody else ever experienced such a thing? I have the feeling that some people might have had the similar experience but were not able to completely verbalise it. One thing I want to add is that the creation for the universe by the Big Bang is exactly the same process. We arose from a timeless state, and the universe as we know it was born by the creation of relativity, or duality.
I believe you.
From this non-dual, indifferentiated state.
That's a lot.
Relativity is the core requisite of experiencing reality by using the ego.
I've done about 10
As
a few times.
relativity was born, so was time, and the space-time continued.
That was really intense.
Interesting philosophical questions arise if you take this as how this mental universe is created. Are there any real boundaries if there is no ultimate outside perspective? Who knows? Namaste, fellow adventurers.
An ordinary hospital in West London.
Weed is very tasty. Very tasty this weed is. That was my Yoda. Saturday. If any of you are free on Saturday, I'm going to have a game night on the Discord. We're going to have a game night on the Discord. And if you don't want to play the games or whatever, that's fine. You can just watch. I'm going to stream it as well. But if you want to take part in the games, we're going to do more of like what we did last time. More like there's trivia games, but then there was also like other like party-like games, basically. And it was really fun. And so we're going to do that Saturday at 8 o'clock Pacific. So Saturday night, basically. And then from there on, I'm going to do it every 8 days. So then next week it'll be Sunday. The next week it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth. That way everyone will get a chance to join if they want to join and they're not available a certain night or whatever. You know what I mean? Just letting y'all know now. And it's on the Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, by the way, check this out. There's only over 800 members now, I believe. Close to 800 anyway. Which is freaking incredible. That's really strong for a Discord. That's nice. And then the future trip chats are held on there as well. Which I'll be looking to do on probably next weekend. This weekend we'll do the game night. Oh, why am I getting more fish traps? I'm done. Get me the fuck out of this shitty old place. Now should I go and finish my other mission? Yeah. It's a journey. It's a bit of a journey. Ow, a disease. Oh, you can't see. I got a disease. Ow. Leave me alone. I'm so stoned. I'm very stoned. What is that? It's a person. Ooh. Help. Bro, help. 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 Holy fuck. Oh no. Leave me alone. Oh, they're hot on my tail. Ouch. I'm not face another two of these. I'm gonna die. Leave me alone. Help. Oh, it's a blue place? My guy's a yellow. Oh no. Look at this. Do you think this will get me high? I'd take a big bite out of that if I lived in this world. Plate caps. You can dodge and roll. I've been dodging a little bit. I suck at it. It kind of doesn't look like it though. It just looks like you're running sort of. Oh, a turkey! Oh wait, I don't have to kill turkeys anymore. That's okay. A lowlands turkey. There's some good ones. Like you can dodge back. And then you can block. You can block. I often forget to block. 1.5 kilometers to go. Bit of a trek, bit of a trek. And then you can set up campsites. They're kind of like respawn points. But not while you're at... Oh, fuck. That thing's level 18. Can zombies swim? No. Certainly not. Oh my gosh. Ow! I'm going! How am I slower than a zombie? Help! Thank goodness. Thank goodness. When did I start talking like a grandmother? Oh, thank goodness. Look at this big boy. That's a bison. Level 23? Oh, fuck. I'm not meant to be here. Taking a shortcut, I guess. I should probably be taking the roads. Oh boy. Here we go again. Oh. Get the bison. Please don't kill me. I'm leaving. Clearly. Look. I'm going. Some adventurer I am. I just run away and say, please don't kill me. Please. Please, sir. Okay, I died in there last time. We want to go around this. Bullshit. Where am I? Oh, I got a ways to go. A ways to go. On a journey. We're on a journey. We're on a journey. We're on a journey. Kiss Indiana Jones. I want to fight for PvP. Oh, I keep pressing all the wrong buttons. So I'm using this miniature keyboard. Step up to the big boy keyboard. There we go. Clickety clackety. I need wood, I guess. Not rocks, motherfucker. Got some bushes. Oof. Okay, we're fully rested. Oh, I guess maybe I can craft some supplies, some rations. Ow. Very good. Hey, it's a windmill. Those trees. Crooked as fuck. Family level 22. Okay, I know. We're just gonna go around this shit. Go straight to my destination. This wolf's gonna fuck me up. Take the turkey. Kilometer to go. I can't go that. I can't whistle that high. I started too high. That's the money. Oh. I could probably fuck this thing up. No, I missed. Shit, son. I can't even skin the thing. Plate caps, baby. It's a deer. Shh. It's a deer. Shh. Oh, it heard me. It ran back to me. Crazy. Fucking wolves everywhere. Oh, the road. The good old road. So always take the road. You travel faster on the road. And there's only turkeys on the road. Where am I going? Oh, way up here. On the road again. Seeing faces I never seen before. That's how it goes. I know it. This is pretty. This is a pretty spot. Yeah. Moonshade turkey. On the road again. Going places I've never been before. Or however the fuck it goes. Close enough. Level 17. I could probably check this place out. Oh, oops. I didn't mean. Okay. Num. Yum. Oh, I got the frost glove out. The cold glove. Whatever it's called. I'm such a noob. I want to level up my great axe. Fuck me. I'm weaker than I thought. I suck. I suck so much. Oh fuck, 3? No. No! Hey, I'm not that far though. But I need to be within... Fuck me. That's okay. I was gonna end this game soon anyway, so it doesn't piss me right off at all. I'm happy I died. It's good for you to die every once in a while. Well, you know how much you suck. So you don't get. So it keeps you humble. Yep, that's the key. You gotta die in video games every once in a while to keep yourself humble. That's okay, I can play Cyberpunk for a bit. So dark out so early. Well, it's 8:18, but it was like 4:30 when it was getting dark out. Makes me tired all early. Oh, I gotta get up early tomorrow, I forgot. I already am streaming Cyberpunk to my friends. It's weird how it offered to do that. I never did that before. Stream Cyberpunk to your friends.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Info Flash.
Way
Say,
ahead
did
of
y'all
you.
lose power yesterday, too? Yeah, when the lights went out, there I was cooking dinner. Well, if we're getting specific, I was nuking a half-eaten burrito I found wedged to my couch cushions. Yeah, I know I shouldn't have. After all, I heard microwave sap out all the nutrients. But hey, it kills the cockroaches too, so, you know, you win some, you lose some. Anyway, what was I? Right, the power outage. Apparently some...
A little loud, right? For how I had it. Or I think I had the last game a little quiet. So you may need to adjust your volume, sorry.
You will have to get down somehow. Just be careful. Yes, just so. Don't
I'll
rush.
meet you halfway.
I need you alive, not the corpse below.
I'm behind a sign. I can see through signs. It's cool.
They are for his enemies, and it is no coincidence that I utter them here in this city. It was 50 that our enemies a coward act of terror. The lives of night citizens are was over the rooftops and skyscrapers. Each tower's more powerful than ever before. Recently, my father fell victim to an equally cowardly act of violence. It was an act of violence aimed at the world of values in which we all share. As Night City is its witness, the Arasaka Corporation shall rise from this ordeal.
Can't upgrade my gun at all. Oh, I can upgrade it. Cool.
Stronger than ever before, as it did 50 years past. This is happening here and now.
Come out with your hands
Just
in
a
the
few
air!
feet more and it's yours.
What the hell?
Saburo Arasaka on the 3rd of March, 1982. One night after his fighter jet was shot down on the
The soldiers say,
Go, go,
target
go!
down.
Good words to hear. You will find up the wall to a staircase at the end of them. It's the shortest route to the next sniper. He positioned himself high.
Keep you posted.
Hey, it is Ora again. Listen. We have to announce that public safety has been compromised. She must be extracted at once. Arasaka is fully capable of protecting its principles.
Where'd my gun go?
Ask your boss what he found.
What did I just do?
The Arasaka image for his sister's life. The situation is in hand. Over and out. Did you hear?
Hold on. How do I add shit to my gun again? Oh yeah, right. Okay, I don't have anything. I gotta buy some gun mods next time I'm...
They know something. Perhaps match. We must hurry.
Oh. keep thinking I'm playing the other game. Widowmaker. Right, right.
Be on high alert! She's here, somewhere! Enemy contact! I'm engaging!
Why won't she die?
Unit down!
I keep switching to the weapon because I'm using the New World controls still.
Try to reach the maintenance area. You can climb up from there. And if that doesn't work, you can use the footbridge to your right. Watch out for the float jets, unless you intend to get cooked. I'll keep my head low. Those pipes look strong. Try to climb.
What was that? I just get roasted out of nowhere? Well, that's just not even fair, my friends. What am I supposed to do about that? How do I defend that?
Try to climb them.
And then it auto-saves as I'm roasting to death.
Try to climb them.
Oh, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? This is not cool. That's so stupid. That's bogus. That's what that is. Oh, I have to go a whole minute behind. That's okay. I have very crazy audio trips sometimes. Am I on a ship? I didn't realize I was on a ship. I'm not on a ship. That's a ship. Okay, I'm on a building. Okay, I get it. That's moving. We're staying still. Cool. I know exactly what's going on.
Experience real space.
Right, I can't go in there. Oh, sweet. New jacket. Okay, that's pretty cool, I guess. It's not as cool as the helmet we just had, but whatever. Alright. It looks okay, I guess. Those are pretty cool. At least it doesn't look like we're wearing pajamas anymore. Or wait, those are my old pants. These are the pajamas. Comes together pretty nicely. Okay, hopefully I don't die randomly again. Here we go.
Those pipes look strong. Try to climb them.
Weird. What the fuck is with that? Just roast me to death and then auto saves it? That's so bogus, is the word.
Hayonkin.
Junk.
I'll shoot them down!
Purple. I just blindly jumped off the edge for that. Oh fuck. So,
East!
I don't even have any handgun perks. I would really dominate if I did that. I'll take the reload time one for sure. Headshot damage multiplier.
A shooter patrols the footbridge.
Roger that. White jacket. Confirmed.
Well,
There's no warning.
A shooter patrols the footbridge.
Roger that. White jacket. A hostile agent. Portuguese. Reconnaissance required.
Oh, fuck, this guy's a G.
that would be all.
Never mind.
Yes, apparently.
Not a G.
Well done. What problem remains?
And that is...
The Arasaka Netrunner. She has taken control of all the networks. You must get rid of her. We'll not be able to hijack the float otherwise. She hides in an unfinished apartment building, near to the second sniper's nest.
Okay, on my way.
Fuck yeah.
Sniper, he can see you. Hi.
Yeah, what's with that? I don't know what that's all about, but fuck. What's up, motherfucker? Waiting on 4 ACO. Question mark T. For DMT? 4 ACO DMT? If that's what you're waiting for, well, if you end up liking it as much as I do, you're in for a treat. I fucking love 4 ACO. I was about to order some myself in a couple days. I think generally, if you like mushrooms, you'd like 4 ACO. They're not that similar though. They're pretty similar in some ways, but definitely its own unique experience. The visuals are pretty like trippy the very first time I did them. The visuals are really cool and strong for my dose. They're mushroomy like, but they have their own sort of flair to them.
Oh shit, not good.
Now, V, I have our attention. Pull out our link.
Been on a while. Time for a break. Fuck!
Oh no!
Of course you're here.
Distance. What's the distance? Stay away from his blade. He will slice you like fish.
No shit, bro. Chillin! What's up, bro? Mickey P.
See now, do that, killer. This was his duty.
That's right, Takamura.
What is your status?
I'm sorry, Oda.
No,
Practice on yourself, too.
no, you didn't have to.
He'd have done the same to me. You saw it!
I will remember this. There should be nothing standing in your way now. We press
forward. We do. 22.8. I mean, clearly this is cooler. That one just looks goofy as fuck. New vest. See my vest? See my vest? Made of real gorilla chest. A reinforced bra, of all things. And that's all. Oh, perk point available. I'll spend
Forward.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Preem. Online and in the system. Hanako's inside.
What is she doing?
Trying to call someone, I think.
Try to listen. Do not forget to disarm the alarms. I must be able to enter.
危険だと警告されたの。小田とも連絡が取れないし、何か変だわ。
パレードを中止すれば弱さを露呈したと思われる。
弱さ？誰の？あなたの？
俺たちだ。
私が参加したのはあくまでもお父様を追悼するため。操り人形になるためじゃないわ。
この見せ物ではみんなに役割がある。美智子は文句を言ってないぞ。だがお前が言うなら中止してもいい。全部やめだ。お前の安全が第一だからな。
兄さん、やり終えましょう。
ありがとう、花子。せっかくの式典だ。やり終えなければ悔いが残る。
Goro, all systems jammed. It's now or never.
お父様。
花子様。
あなたは
お許しを。どうか話だけでもお聞きください。三郎様は
父のことを口にしない。
これが俺にできる最後のご奉仕なのです。三郎様の死について真実を明かすことは花子様無礼を働きたくありません。しかし
Oh, fuck.
V, Ram.
I'm in a computer.
Shit!
He shot her.
Whatever he did, now we're really fucked.
He shot her.
Knew we couldn't trust him. What happened
That's right,
to keeping him
Kiana.
on his leash?
He
We best
shot
get the
her.
fuck out of here.
He shot her. What the fuck was that?
V, are you secure?
Yeah, for now. Lost your fucking mind?
There's no time to explain. We must meet.
Where are you?
An abandoned apartment block on Vine Street.
Abandoned.
Second floor, number
Abandoned.
303. Knock 4 times.
Almost
Hurry.
trampled. Broken ribs. I think.
I look okay to you? We're about to go live. 3, 2, 1. This is Jillian Jordan of and hey, stay out of the shot. Oh, damn it. Let's do it again.
I thought you were alive.
3, 2, 1. This is Jillian Jordan of N54 News coming to you live from Japantown, where a commemorative parade in honor of Saburo Arasaka hey, stay out of the shot. Thank you, people are working here.
I ruined this production.
Embarrassed to invite your coworkers over? Apartment with 3 wooden floors available for rent today. Show them you can afford it.
Number 4.
It's okay. What type of knock was that? Boom. That's better. What the fuck? How can I help? It told me to knock and I just blow up? That's unfair. Oh no. That's an Alt F4. That's an Alt F4. Yeah, I'm kind of tired. It's 8:52. I'm gonna go and get some drinks, I think. And then maybe I'll stream a little later. I gotta grab some food too. Oh, Sean Stanton. That's actually how I started. I had a bad math problem in my 20s, and my ex and I would do MDMA, and then one day the pills went from yellow to white. We noticed, and they were way different, and they weren't the same. We didn't like it. It wasn't the MDMA. It was speed. I found out later, and then we started liking those. And then they went back to yellow after like a couple months. And then we're like, yo, where's the white pills? And they're like, we're back to the old stuff again. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I didn't want the fucking MDMA anymore. I wanted the speed. And that's when I started using crystal. So it's just kind of interesting that you said that. Anyways, I'm all better now, so keep playing. I almost would for you. What am I smoking? This is Blue Dream. It's picked up an 8th to hold me over till I go over to my main dispensary. Thank you. Oh yes, for sure. You don't want to do meth. Like I said, I've never met very many recreational meth users. Although I'm sure they exist. Alright, good night everyone. I'll see you all soon. Stay safe. Much love. No guitar tonight. I'm out of practice. Actually, I should plug in my guitar, my electric tonight. Practice some of that. Play around on that a bit. Later, dude. Ben.